Hey, how can I help you today?
Hi, I'm planning to travel somewhere in October in India. Can you suggest me a city where I can travel? How to make your AI agents speak naturally and respond in a helpful way. You can do this the hard way by prompting, or we can use Agentic flow that takes care of turn detection, voice activity detection, persistent context, and so on. In this tutorial, we will create an agent to answer like a professional using VideoSDK's voice agents. I'm Sumit So, I'm developer advocate at VideoSDK.live. Before we dive into code, let's understand the architecture for building this voice agent. So in this segment, we focus on conversational flow, but it's very important to understand how this AI agent is implemented and how it is connected to our client. This client could be a web browser, a mobile app, a desktop app, or it could be a telephony application. This agent is built using 3 simple components. So you can create a really complex agentic flow with the help of agent component. Then you can create a pipeline for your agent where you are choosing your favorite speech-to-speech model. Second option is a cascading pipeline where you are adding your STT, TTS, LLM, VAD, turn detection. And the third component is conversational flow. Whenever user asks something, instead of sending that transcript directly to LLM, we hand it over to conversational flow. We first handle user's transcript before sending it to LLM. In this video, what I did, I am making use of this dataset from Kaggle. And here we will see how our AI voice agent is connected with this dataset and providing us best time to travel to a particular destination. Start with code directly. So in this agent service, I created this agent component, conversational flow, pipeline, session as well. So session is a fourth component that is used to connect to session that is running on a particular client. Alright, so first let's start with the my voice agent. If you check out this class, I'm extending agent class from VideoSDK, and here we can add different information. For example, we can provide a system prompt, whole array of function tools as well. So a whole array of MCP servers, and we can also add agent to agent protocol, but right now let's keep it limited to system prompt. So you can check out this class, it's very easy. The next component is pipeline, and finally we will talk about the main component. So in pipeline, I given you 2 options. So you can choose a speech to speech pipeline. I'm importing this class Gemini real-time API. So if you want to use a different speech to speech model, you can check out our documentation. So in that same class, let's try to understand how conversational flow works. Conversational flow has 3 main methods. Very first method is run, where every time someone speaks to your AI agent, this method gets called with their transcript. This is where you can implement your own logic. On turn start gets called at the beginning of each conversation turn. This is where you can fetch user data, search databases, or you can prepare context you need before generating a response. And the second method that works exactly opposite is on turn end. It gets called after AI finishes responding, and this is perfect for different scenarios, like you want to log conversation or update user's profile, or you want to clean up resources. So this method is really helpful. This is the entire workflow. Now let's see how we can get started with this project. Before we get started with this code, what's important for you to understand? So there is this intermediate step where whenever we ask something, we first hand it over to conversational flow, and then it make use of knowledge base. For that, we first need a data set that this AI agent is going to access. For that, I'm using this website Kaggle. In this website, you can download different dataset. You just visit this site and search for the dataset. For example, if I want something related to healthcare, I can easily search for it, and there you will find all the datasets that are available. So I downloaded this CSV file, as you can see in my project directory. Next step is to convert this into indexed database. For that, I'm using Pinecone. In Pinecone, you can choose a simple embedding vector, and there you can load that CSV to their platform so that it is easily accessible. For that, you just simply have to create an index. As you can see, I created this index. So simply click this button, give it some name. There you can choose an embedding vector, and after basic setup, when you click this create index, you'll have something like this, and here you can access your API keys. That's what I did in this code. As you can see, I'm loading this CSV file, and I'm building this vector store so that it is accessible by our AI agent. And finally, you just have to run this file. You just have to run this file once. Our voice agent is automatically going to access knowledge base. Now let's see how we can get started with this project. I have created a GitHub repository for you with this extensive readme of all the steps that you need to know to get started with this project. So we have different branch for different features that you can explore. So in this video, we are exploring conversational flow. So how this work is very simple. Simply copy this HTTP URL inside your computer, inside any folder you want. You can clone this repository. So this is how you can clone this repository, and then you can open it in your favorite code editor. So I already cloned this repository, and you can see I am in main branch. So what I'm going to do now, I'll check out to conversational flow, and then I'll do some basic setup to get started with this project. So I'm in conversational flow, and I already explained you the pipeline and agent component, and this one component which I haven't explained you is the session component. So in agent services, you will find this session component. It is used to connect to an existing room. So that room could be on different platforms. To create those rooms, we provide different SDKs for different client. So if you check out VideoSDK in guide, you can see you can build any kind of app. For example, if you want to build a React app, you can simply follow this documentation. So I built a React app, and there I'm connecting that AI agent to that React app. All right, so let's see how it works. So first I have to create a virtual environment. For that I am using this UV package manager. You can also use Python as well. So I'll just do UV venv. As you can see, I have this .venv folder. So I'll navigate to this, and I'll activate this script in bin inactivate. My next step is to install all the dependencies that are there in this input file, which is requirements. So I'll install all those dependencies. My input file is requirements, and it is actually really fast. And the last step is to simply run this server. But before running this, you need to understand what are the things that you need. So you need OpenAI API key, DeepGram API key, and Google API key, because we are using that cascading pipeline. Also, you need a Pinecone API key. So what's happening here is our travel destination I talked in last segment. So this dataset, I downloaded this in CSV, and then I'm converting it into indexed vector. For that, I am utilizing Pinecone. So once you visit Pinecone, you can easily create an index. So you have to just run this script so that we have that index database that we can access with the help of conversational flow. Now we can run our server with the help of UVCon, because it's a fast API server. Our server is running perfectly. That's great. Next step is to run our client apps. I'll install all the npm packages. Here's the important thing. In env, you have to add VideoSDK token to create that meeting room. To get your VideoSDK token, you can navigate to app.videosdk.live. There in API keys, simply click this key icon, select an expiry for your token, and when you hit this next button, you are going to have your token that you can add in this env file. And here we have to specify this server URL, so that when I click that connect button, I can add that agent from the server. For that, we need a public server URL. For that, you have two options. You can either host this server, or you can make use of HTTP tunneling, where you are just forwarding this port to a public URL. For that, we can make use of ngrok. Let's just paste it inside our environment file. Perfect. Now we can run our client app. First, I have to use this script npm run dev. So I created a custom prompt for my server. So I asked it to suggest these travel destination option based on the dataset we have here. I'll ask it for the travel to Jaipur, maybe based on these conditions. All right, so let's see if it is going to answer correctly.
Hey, how can I help you today?
Hi, I'm planning to travel somewhere in October in India. It should be a place with history, culture, and there I can do a lot of shopping. Can you suggest me a city where I can travel?
Based on your interest in history, culture, and shopping for an October trip in India, Jaipur, Rajasthan. Known as the Pink City, Jaipur offers historical sites like Amber.
It is giving us response from that database. Let me stop it. So what it did, giving us response from this database with the help of conversational flow. So conversational flow could be useful in other areas as well, where you have a healthcare use case, or you have a use case where someone is onboarding in your organization and you want to help them with HR policies, and there could be million other use cases. So if you like this video, please give it a star to this repository, and if you face any challenges while setting up this project, please join our Discord community. See you until next time.